This is Jill coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. I had a couple questions this week, and I thought I'd kind of show you what we've done this week and answer your questions. The first question is, what is lard? Lard is the fat that comes from a pig. I pulled out, we just got pork back, so we kind of restocked the freezer. I got leaf lard here and lard. This is raw stuff. I have them just grind it up because it's easier to render that way. When you're rendering, you want small chunks, and I know I did a video a while ago on that, and maybe we'll do it again. But anyway, lard comes from pigs. The leaf lard comes from the inside of the animal. It's sometimes called the kidney fat, so it comes from around the kidneys. Oh, the puppy's crying in the background. She got run over yesterday, and she's doing okay. She just tries to move, and then she hurts. So, the lard is sometimes called the back fat. That comes from just over top of the pork chops. So I kind of put all this together so you can see. All right, there's our pork chops, and they stack up like that. And you've got the loin inside, and then this lard over top, and then this leaf lard is on the underside, on the inside of the pig. Difference between lard and leaf lard. They can be used interchangeably in most applications. For people that are really wanting to bake with it, like if I'm making pie crust or things like that, leaf lard works really good. For chefs that are making fine pastries with lard, leaf lard's the thing because it's a little drier and it has typically a cleaner, lighter taste. Usually our pigs don't taste porky if the lard is rendered properly, but every once in a while you can get that from back fat lard. So that's the difference between the two. Now tallow is a whole different thing. Tallow comes from beef. This is from a beef that we had done recently. It's called suet when it hasn't been rendered down, and once it's rendered, it's called tallow. It's very stiff, usually, once it's rendered, very dry. So typically it's not used so much for cooking or baking. It's used for soap, or they used to make candles out of them, tallow candles. Didn't smell too good, but that's what they did. So that's the difference between the two. I'm going to show you. This is from our book for our hog harvest class, which is actually coming up in November, and we are going to do it. This just shows you real quick where some of the things come from. So you can see it sort of as a whole pig. Right here on the back is where that back fat comes from, with the loin right under it, and that's your pork chops. Inside of that, just under up on the inside of the pork chops, is the leaf lard. This is all bacon, yummy bacon, which I don't have to show you today, but that's what it is. Okay, the top of the shoulder here is where we get our collar steaks. That's also where you get your Boston butt roasts and your pork steaks. This down here is your picnic roast, and if you don't want picnic roast, you get sausage or brats or whatever it is you want ground off of there. Right here, and I didn't grab the jowl bacon, but this is where your jowl, and you get jowl bacon off of that. Very, very good. The back end here, you get ham steaks. A lot of times what we do with it is grind it, and we get Polish sausage, our breakfast sausage, and sweet Italian sausage. So this kind of shows you the layout of the pig here, if I can back up from it enough. So we've got the hind end with those products, our lard, pork chops, leaf lard with the bacon overlaying that, and the ribs come from that same area. They're all kind of stacked together. And then moving forward from the pork chops, we have our collar steaks, or your Boston butt roast, but we do the collar steaks because they're just a fabulous little steak, especially with these mangalitzas and all the marbling. And then you have your picnic roast, or we might make our sausages from the shoulder. as well. So we do a lot of grinding from there. Or your ground pork, or when we have our hog burgers, that's where they come from. So, and then the jowl bacon is right there in that blank spot. So that's a quick rundown on lard and some of the questions we've had about lard, and give you an idea of different cuts of the pig, pork products, and where they come from. So there's your quick tutorial. This is Jill from Baker's Green Acres. Anyone can farm.